So this is a video about what insomnia does to your mental health and self-esteem and your self-worth. And if you're new to the channel, you know, it's something that I know very well because it's, you know, something I have for 20 years. So, you know, this isn't academic, this is something that I've lived through for a long time. So in terms of what it does to your confidence, your self-esteem, your self-worth, and why it does that, well, really it can stem from the behaviors you do, the thought patterns you have, and the physiological changes in your brain as well. So people with insomnia, one study have shown 18, that's 1/8 times more likely to suffer from anxiety and 9 times more likely to suffer from depression. So not only have you got insomnia, you've also got these other 2 horrendous conditions as well. And both of these conditions cause you to step back and limit and live outside of your life. So depression, the fatigue that you get from depression, the wanting to sort of shut yourself away from the world, this 100% is going to cause that low self-worth, low self-esteem, the anxiety as well, where living your life becomes so scary, so frightening. You don't want to take risks, you don't want to take challenges because you've got that anxiety as well. 100% this is going to affect your self-esteem and confidence and self-worth, because confidence is built through overcoming obstacles and overcoming challenges. But when you've got insomnia, the only obstacle and the only challenge that you want to overcome is something that's constantly there, right in front of you all day long. The obstacle that you want to overcome is insomnia, and you can never get there, because everywhere you look, it's just nothing but dead ends. So you've got sleep hygiene, you've got warm baths, you've got kiwi fruit, you've got supplements. You become obsessed with constantly trying to find the next thing, the next thing, the next thing that's going to help you deal with this horrible, horrible monster that's constantly on your back all the time. And so any kind of thoughts that you would usually have before you had your insomnia, of enjoying life, of getting stuck into life, they're just kind of preoccupied with constantly trying to find the next thing so that you're going to sleep tonight. Also, the low self-esteem, the low confidence, the low self-worth comes from a limit in your life because of it. So you'll see online all this crap about you shouldn't eat too late in a restaurant because if you do that, you're not going to sleep. You should have caffeine after a certain time because if you do that, you're not going to sleep. You shouldn't exercise too soon before bed. You shouldn't stay in a hotel because what if you can't control that environment and you can't have that bedroom absolutely perfectly and you can't get everything exactly how you want it. And so you've got 1,001 things you're doing in order to try and make yourself sleep, 1,001 things you're doing in order to try and protect your sleep. You've got anxiety, you've got depression, you're pulling and removing yourself and pulling back from life, and all of these things combined, of course, your self-esteem, your self-worth, your self-confidence is going to take a massive hit. And I think what can make it even harder for people with insomnia is that you're dealing with this absolutely horrible thing and no one else understands it, and you can't explain it to them either. You can't say, you know, because they just go, well, why can't you sleep? It's so easy. And for them it is so easy, but they don't know about the fear that you've got attached to the bed and the bedroom. They don't know that 3 hours before bedtime approaches, you're already feeling anxious and stressed and worried about your sleep. They don't know on a night out, instead of enjoying yourself and instead of enjoying the conversation and your company, you're already starting to think and worry about whether tonight is going to be one of those okay nights where you kind of get to sleep, or one of those absolutely dreadful nights where you're lying in bed fighting, forcing, pleading and struggling with your sleep. And so this kind of wall and barrier between you and the outside world makes it even worse, because no one knows how to help you with it, no one knows how to support you with it, And often the people around you, because they don't understand it, often they can make you feel worse about having it, because they think you're lazy, they think that you actively choose to have insomnia. And even if you've got people around you that were originally quite supportive, often that doesn't last very long. And I suppose it's a little bit of a rambly video, but I suppose I'm just putting down all my thoughts and feelings that I had about my insomnia when I had it for 20 years. So I suppose really what I'm trying to achieve with this video is to kind of normalize this feeling of guilt, shame, this feeling of low self-esteem, this feeling of low self-worth. If you're not getting stuck back into life like you feel you should, or you're not getting stuck into life how you see everyone else in the rest of the world is doing, if you've limited your life because of your insomnia, if you've stripped out all the hobbies that you used to do because of your insomnia, if you're a former shell of yourself, I think please do understand that all of this is just a symptom of the condition. It's how I felt for 20 years. You know, I lost everything because of it. You know, I ended up living in a van because of my insomnia. I lost my business because of my insomnia, my marriage, everything because of my insomnia. You know, completely felt like there was absolutely no hope, no future, no life to look forward to because of it. So if you're really in that dark hole at the moment, if you're really in the fire, if you're really going through it, please, I suppose if I can take away the suffering about having insomnia by just saying everyone with insomnia experiences this. Everyone with insomnia acts the same way. Everyone with insomnia steps back and limits their life because of it. No one with insomnia is pushing themselves. No one with insomnia is living up to what they feel they should be. No one with insomnia is as good as a partner that they feel they would be if they didn't have it, is as good as an employee or a businessman, or it's just not something that you can do when you've got something which you're just so massive that you're struggling and fighting against every single day. So the guilt, the shame attached to it, please let it go. I suppose what I can also offer you is a little bit of a ray of hope if you've got to the end of this video. And so if you're new to the channel, check a look at everything else that I've got it. So 20 years I had my insomnia. I tried everything, the supplements, the kiwi fruits, the warm baths. When I actually found the advice that actually helps, which is what I now share with people, suddenly I broke free with it, and I went from someone who was completely lost, who completely had nothing, completely lost everything because of it, to someone who's now living their life happy and is now free and out the other side of insomnia. Briefly, spend less time in bed, wake up at the same time every single day, deal with the anxiety, obsession, the worry around your sleep. But actually, you know, forget all that. Check out this video here, which is my sleep masterclass. That's what's going to help open the door to being free of this horrible, terrible condition. And until you get to that stage, that feeling of low self-esteem, that low self-confidence, that low self-worth, everyone with insomnia has it. So no guilt, no shame attached to it. All right, I hope this video has been helpful, and I'll see you on the next one.